I feel that Nikki Haley is helping herself. She is not running for anything anymore. She makes speaking fees. She's got a life. She doesn't really need to run. She can stay in this race as long as she wants. She's building her brand. But I'm deeply disappointed, to be honest with you, in Nikki Haley, because I know she knows better. If I thought that she was not an intelligent person, I would give her more of an excuse. This lady was the governor of the whole state of South Carolina, which is the first state to secede. Okay, she was governor during the massacre of those 9 people inside of an historic black church. She went to a segregation academy when she was growing up. Her family, her mom couldn't sell dresses on the white side of town, so she sold them to black women. Her father couldn't get a job in university because he was discriminated against as an Indian man. She knows racism is real. She knows better. And so I don't understand why she feels the need to be untruthful. And so the problem I have is her unwillingness to speak truth at a time when...
You understand why she's being untruthful.
I get it. She's pandering to a base that's already with Trump. So what's the point? You might as well speak to the people who want some...
Sure, I mean, let's talk about the book, because this is... I'm so glad that someone has finally done this. You know, made a movie years ago called Ghost of Mississippi.
Yes.
And yeah.
But you left out in which you played the great Myrlie Evers.
Yes, I forgot. Yes. But now you've written about the family. Tell us why we need to pay attention to them as a family, and why now is the time for this book.
Well, the reason I wrote the book because I met Myrlie Evers Williams in person for the first time in 2018. And the thing she talked about off camera was her love and how much she was still in love with Medgar Evers. And I had just never heard the intensity of that love moved me. But the reason that I want people to know them is, you know, James Baldwin, who to me is the greatest ever, American writer. He said the great 3 were Medgar, Malcolm, and Martin. And he said Medgar. Medgar was one of those 3, and he rode with him into the Delta. He did all of the things all great civil rights leaders did, but he did it in Mississippi, which is the most dangerous place in America to be black at that time. So I think he is a great hero, and he couldn't have done it without her love, hope.
Joy Ann Reid was invited by the Views, and she talks about a little bit about Nikki Haley. That she don't understand why Nikki Haley is refusing to talk about racism. Nikki Haley herself come from a racist. She faced a lot of racists because Nikki Haley's mother could not sell clothes to white people. They refused to buy from her, so she had to sell to Indian people. Nikki Haley's father finished school. He was unable to teach in the university because he was an Indian man. So Nikki Haley knows about racism a lot. To her, Nikki Haley is just trying to be a brand for herself, because actually we all know that Nikki Haley is cannot defeat Donald Trump again. Donald Trump is going to win. So Nikki Haley is just, she can go and live her life. The election don't really matter, but she's building a brand for herself. She went ahead and said, why did Nikki Haley not come up and speak when it was being needed? Why was she quiet? At the time they needed her to express herself and to say the truth about racism, but she was quiet. But she went to the SNL, which is not very important even. That is when she wants to talk about it. And even she talked about it, she made a clown of it. Slavery is not something to be clown of. It's something that happened. Basically, Nikki Haley have to stand up. She don't even know why Nikki Haley is doing that, because the people might not accept it. But at least she has bared a brand for herself. That's dignity. She'll go with dignity. But every day she's losing herself. She's losing because she's denying what she passed through. The path that she walk on. The road that she walk on as a color person. But now she wants to support the other side. So that is not correct from what Nikki Haley is doing. Then one of the views, Anna asked her, told her that you know why Nikki Haley is not accepting about slavery. To her, basically, there's no need for Nikki Haley not to accept, because actually, Nikki Haley, all the people that Nikki Haley want to be in favor, they belong to Donald Trump. And obviously, they will not even vote for her. They will vote for Donald Trump. So what is the need? The need is that she should come and say the truth. And should just be on a better side. And the truth is going to save her. Saying the truth also will make other younger people who are coming, other color people, other young lady of her soul on her type will look and say, if Nikki Haley can do this, after all what she passed through, I myself can do it. Because basically Nikki Haley herself once said she was refused from a beauty pageant because they didn't know where to place her. They didn't know if she was black or she was white. So she was just put in the middle. With Nikki Haley suffered because where they live, according to Joy Reid, Nikki Haley is very smart. She's very intelligent. She has been a governor, not only on a state, on that particular state that 10 black people were killed. They were massacred at that particular state. That particular state, you need to be very strong. In Carolina there, you need to be very, and racism is very high there. So Nikki Haley has ruled for 2 terms. So Nikki Haley is a very smart lady. So she doesn't even know why Nikki Haley will walk through this path. Why all this? Why will Nikki Haley walk all through this path? So Nikki Haley should just come out and see at it is, rather than just sitting behind and be just warming and just enjoy and enjoy. According to Joy Reid, also she also wrote a book about the Mega and the Melly. These were 2 people who were very in love. This Mega happened was more than before Martin Luther King's, but he is not that known because he played a very good role. He was his wife, Melly, was the one who came as a widow to stood for the husband when slavery was so much. So Mega and Melly were in love, and their love story is wow. In that particular state, that there was a lot of racism, but Mega stood and fought for the right of the black people. Actually, this book the movie was shot back then by WHOOPI and the crew. So she came now to write in our war of slavery, in our war of democracy. This book is being needed in such a period for the world to know actually democracy is being needed in this country rather than just sitting behind. Actually, what is your opinion? Do you support the fact that Nikki Haley is running away from talking about slavery, which she herself has passed through racism? She's an epitome of slavery. So why is she running away from the topic? Why does she not want to talk about it? To inspire other people coming behind her. Let me see your opinion on the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. If you have not subscribed, please help subscribe and share the video. God bless you.